What up, y'all? I'm literally outside at like 11 a.m., but I just want to talk a little bit about something that happened today at school. 2 years ago, I was in a psychology class, and one of my professors was telling a story, and he used the N-word with the hard ER. And he wasn't calling me that, but he was telling us a story about how kids used to call him that, and he's a white man. And it's just been sitting with me for the last 2 years, and I finally, I arranged a meeting between him, the psychology professor, and the chair of the department, and the meeting was today. And I feel free, but also I'm trying to process how I feel, to be honest, because I called him out, but in a nice way. I'm not like a revengeful person. I don't like to get revenge. It was more just like, I just want to tell him, hey, that's not okay to say, because at the time I didn't speak up. I was the only black kid in the classroom. I didn't feel like speaking up. I was just in shock. And I told him how I felt, how, you can't be saying that. I understand, that wasn't your intention to hurt, but you did, and you got to take accountability and fix that. And I told him, and to give him the benefit of the doubt, he actually did. He was very receptive, and, he's very critical of himself about what he did. And ultimately, it seemed like he wanted to make change and do better in the future. But, yeah, I still felt how I felt, though. Like, I'm glad that he took it and apologized and all that, but this was beyond him. I kept saying that the whole time. I said, this is beyond you. I just want this to happen for other people in your courses, and I don't want anyone else to feel like how I did, being a person of color and having to hear slurs that were used against your people at one point. Like, I know slavery happened so long ago and segregation, which it really didn't. People think those effects are not lasting, but they are. I realized that race was real when I got called the N-word when I was literally a child by other kids in my class, and they knew the meaning. They called me the N-word, and they started laughing because they knew. We all understand race from the kid's age, man. Race is not something you can really avoid in this world, so you got to be aware of that. And it was like a reflection for real, because I'm not saying that we're perfect, and I don't think anyone is perfect, but like, we could always try to do better. We could always learn, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I make mistakes too, and I got to learn from them. It's just what it is. But yeah, I feel bad just because it's not an easy situation for my former professor, or me, or anyone, because, it didn't make me happy to see him, like, actually contemplating, like, himself. Like, yes, I think his need to reflect on his own actions is necessary, but it doesn't make me happy to see somebody else distraught, and I hope it doesn't make anyone else happy to see me distraught. So it was just kind of a tough situation all around, but I'm honestly proud of myself for speaking up, because a lot of the times I let things slide, and because I don't even speak up, I would just leave the situation and never come back or never talk to you again. But I rarely will stick up for myself, because it's really hard, honestly, and like, especially being literally, I'm mostly the only black person that has to speak up about these things. But that's not a bad thing. Like, sometimes you just got to do it, like, maybe I'm the only black person in the room for a reason, and this is my time to speak up. It's exhausting, but I feel like a lot of things in the world is exhausting. So it's like, just pick your battles. And yeah, I stand up for, honestly, everyone. I've been making that a thing. Like, I'm a social activist. I want to stand up for everybody, regardless of race, class, gender, sex. I feel like we should all have a voice and stand our own ground, and respect each other. Like, I don't think it's that hard to respect each other and make each other feel safe and seen. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. This is not to bash my professor, but I just want to be real about it. Like, I've grappled with this already. That's why I'm so calm. I've already cried in my bed, not necessarily, like, yes, it's because he said the word, but the word is just painful in itself. The N-word with the hard ER is painful. And I feel like my whole life I've been playing with this word, and I didn't think that, I don't know, I know I'm black, but I never thought I was that black where I'd be hearing the N-word and having to deal with it. But truth be told, I had peers in my school, bro, white people at that. Like, this is not to throw shade at white people, but let's look at America. If you're white, bro, and you're saying the N-word, come on. Like, I've had peers say it, and they would call each other the N-word. White people, bro, they would call each other the N-word. People of color, like, in my community, they would call each other that for fun. And one day, I heard them saying that, and I said, what's wrong with y'all? How are y'all saying that? And they said, oh, it's just for jokes. Like, people don't understand the magnitude of this word, and if you don't understand it, you probably shouldn't be saying it in the first place. You get what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I've had this happen to me so much, bro. Like, I'll just be hanging out. Next thing I know, there's these non-black people saying the N-word with the hard ER. Like, it's just so common. That's why it's beyond me. It's a bigger issue than just me. Like, y'all, it ain't that hard to respect each other. And like, black people especially, like, I feel like a lot of people just don't respect us in general, and it's as simple as just not saying a word. Like, if you can't do that, then you really just don't care about, not even just black people, but you just don't care about yourself or others, because we're all humans. We should care about, I'm in a Starbucks drive-thru, I'm looking around, but we should care about each other. So it's like, if you can't respect me, you don't respect yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you can't not say a word to make somebody else feel safe, that just goes to show the type of respect that you have for yourself. You don't care about yourself that much if you're hurting your neighbor intentionally, especially when I speak up and I tell you what hurts and you don't fix it. You know, this is the different thing that I have with my professor. This is a different scenario. Usually the people that I tell, they don't get it. You know, so I'm giving bro the benefit of the doubt. He actually took it and said that's no, like, he wasn't trying to intentionally use it. And this is my thing. If I correct you and you learn from it, that's amazing. But like, if I correct you and I tell you why, like, hey, that made me feel uncomfortable because XYZ, and you gaslight me and say, but I didn't mean it like that, it's okay, I could say it. You got a lot to do. And if you don't want to unlearn those are the people that I really stay away from in general, because yeah, like, people tell me when I make a mistake, people tell me something, bro, I listen. Like, I'll stand my ground and tell them if I really think I'm right or something. But when I know that's something I did is just absolutely terrible, bro, just shut up and just take your L, learn from it, take your lesson, bro, and just keep it pushing. But yeah, I don't know. Do y'all want a crispy grilled cheese? Damn, this shit look fire, Loki. Jalapeno chicken pocket. Ooh, the tomato and mozzarella. Ooh, the ham and Swiss on baguette is fire. The only reason I know it's fire is because I went to a pantry and they were giving out a bunch of free overstock Starbucks like sandwiches, and they were actually fire. Did I buy them? No, they were given to me. Did I eat them? Yes. But yeah, anyways, I'm finna dip out, y'all. It's cold, and I just wanted to get this off my chest and make a video because I said I was. But yeah.